I'm international model and singing Harpist Sam Hickman. 2 months ago, my mother gave me her old sewing machine, which is a hand crank, so I'm a natural at it. And this year for my Christmas music, I decided I would make my own gown for the festive season. This is a tutorial for that. For this tutorial, you will need 8 meters of burgundy satin, a matching thread, this pattern that my mom gave me, which says 1 hour bottoms on it, a pocket piece that's on the floor, but you'll see it when we use it, interfacing, and then a lining fabric. I'm not gonna get those out because I'm sat down, but when we get to it, I'll say now use your lining fabric, you know, and that's when you know to use your lining fabric. Let's make this sausage.
Well, step 1 obviously is do a turn around your office and then find that pattern piece and find the circle skirt one, because it's just a circle skirt and then a bodice and then you drape some stuff over the top. Easy. This is the circle skirt one, and I'm, you know, unfurling it gracefully. These also have some great trousers in it, this one. I think it's from the 90s, so if you go back in time, a good purchase. This is me checking how long I want it in comparison to the pattern, and what I ended up having was 6 inches longer on what I eventually cut than what was the actual pattern. This is me neatly folding up all the other ones so that I can use them later. I think I made the shorts from this and they were terrible. There you go. Goodbye. There's also a very ugly looking skirt. Anyway, look, this is me failing.
I'm just gonna use my fabric scissors. Don't tell anyone.
I'm gonna tell you now, I regularly use my fabric scissors for cutting out patterns because I am an agent of chaos and a nightmare. Anyway, this is me stretching out the fabric, and then I'm using tins. These are cans of chickpeas. There's a joke in there about, like, you know the TikTok that's like cans of soup. They're using soup. It's like that, but it's like chickpeas. Okay, so I'm taking the length that I want the skirt to be. So I want it to go all the way down to the floor when I'm in heels. So it's an extra 6 inches on the edge of where the pattern ends. And so I'm just pinning that in place. And then I'm gonna draw with my little blue marker all the way down it. And then I'm gonna just cut the top and then cut the pattern. There we go. For some reason, I just left the top bit on, which ended up just being an extra job when and repeat on the other side. Now, for the bodice piece, it's just, yeah, it's a process. It's a process. I haven't yet gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, this is gonna fit me every single time. This is gonna look good. It'll be fine. But we live and we learn. It's a process. It's a process. This is me realizing I had the wrong piece. Well, wasn't that exciting. Okay, and this is me cutting out the back piece. I like the back piece on this, but I ended up cutting it too small and then having to add a panel. Look, there's a pocket. I ended up cutting up 2 pockets and then really messing up the assembly of it so that I could only really put 1 pocket in. And this is me. Oh, grab your lining fabric. Grab your, I told you to grab it. So go grab your lining fabric, because this is for your lining fabric. I really like this lining fabric. It was like bulk, like fabric, you know, like like a bulk bundle of fabric. And I love it. I made a suit out of it. I made trousers. Well, I mean, it's just been a really good fabric. It does, obviously, because the bodice is not like the best fit that I've ever done in my whole life. It does kind of show when I, you know, jostle around a little bit, but it doesn't, nothing really matters anymore. So here we are. This is me cutting out the waistband. So I'm taking the waistband and then I'm just cutting like a 2-inch strip and having it as a square. And then I'm remembering that I need to, look at that, so neat, that I need to trim off a satin waistband because I did not do that. Look, and I'm neatly folding that away. Look at that. So neat and tidy. You go, girl. Okay. Now I'm cutting out the waistband in the satin because I didn't do that. And this actually really turned on me, this whole This whole waistband ended up being a nightmare to put together because I kept doing it wrong. She's so beautiful.
So I have cut out all my pieces except for the sash, the like draping that's gonna go over the top.
I know, we saw.
And now I'm gonna have dinner.
Good for you.
Now I'm gonna have dinner, and then I'm gonna I don't know, maybe do like a little bit of putting it all together.
This lighting is not your friend.
We'll see where we are tomorrow.
Oh, look at that. She made chicken. Oh, I didn't realize we were getting a tutorial. Oh, look. Those are not from my allotment, those tomatoes. They're from a can. Oh, look, this is me getting out my mother's sewing machine. Okay. I don't know if there's anything you need to know, but I did wind the bobbin approximately like 15 times doing this whole project. Because I didn't want to overwind it, and then I didn't want to underwind it. Oh, look, and then I start... This is honestly... Guess how well this goes. Just guess. Wait for it. Wait for it. The second one. Guess how well this goes.
Well, these are desperately different lengths. Oh, boy. I've sewn it upside down.
A precursor of things to come. The amount of times I stitched things together during this project and then realized that they were upside down or inside out or the wrong way round, or they just weren't in the right place at all. It happened a lot. It's a process, and most of my process is unpicking seams that I did wrong. Look at that. You did it. And then I think I had dinner? No. Oh, my goal here was to assemble the front of the outer and the inner, and then the back of the outer and the inner, and just sort of like have the whole bodice as like one thing, because for some reason in the instructions that they give you, they're like construct the whole front and then construct the whole back, and it just makes, you know, it just makes sense if you're sewing the same pattern pieces together.
Good morning, it's day 2. Morning, it's day 2.
Good morning.
So today we are assembling.
A messy kitchen.
I have to do fittings, which is why I'm in leggings and a leotard.
A great outfit.
And then we're gonna fit the bodice. We're gonna
clean our kitchen,
pin it together, and then we're gonna do the draping on top before we sew it all together, because we'll sew in the draping
and clean the kitchen.
Sew in the sash.
Clean the kitchen.
So that's what's gonna happen today.
I mean, it's not like filthy, it's just very cluttered at that stage. I think it's because we were on that week of lockdown, like when we did the fire break, that it was just like, you know, everything just...
Interfacing.
Get your interfacing. That's it. Bye. See you later. Oh, should I tell you a story while she's out of the room? No. That was a real heavy footstep on that. Like a thud. Like a boom, boom, boom. Okay. You can do it. My beautiful heffalump. Oh, this outfit. I loved this outfit for practical reasons, but the tights kept rolling down, and so I have like this weird like fupa situation. Like it's just sort of like my tummy is just sort of being sandwiched out and presented to the world. But it is fashion, and now you're staring at my crotch, so are we engaged or not?
Next.
You know, why don't you be my boyfriend already? Anyway, this is me ironing it. This ironing board, do you like the cover? I don't care, but I honestly...
Is this gonna be okay?
We don't know. What are you looking for?
Tape measure.
Okay.
Tape measure.
Well, it's where you left it. Oh, this is me checking if it's gonna be okay. It was. Okay, so this ironing board, I had a realization when I was watching this. I thought my mom bought me that ironing board when I went to...
I didn't do this right.
Of course you didn't. Oh, well, there... Oh, no, you sewed it in. Unpick it, you dumb bitch. Anyway, I think this ironing board is from my first student flat. I don't think it's... I don't think it's mine.
I would like it to be this, and that will be inside out.
Because that's a weird thing to send your kid off to uni with, like a full ironing board. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway, it's moved with me 3 times now. 4 times now. Wait, did I put it in storage?
That.
How long have I had this ironing board for? Is this even my ironing board? Well, it's my iron.
Like this. And then it turns inside out.
Oh, anyway, you're not gonna follow this. Oh, it's okay. Anyway, what if that ironing board isn't even mine? I think it... You know what? I'm just gonna claim it. It's probably like one of those situations where it's like my mom's old ironing board. Look at her, carefree, because she did it correctly. And then I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side to make the waistband. I don't know. I didn't start with the waistband. I've put together the bodice, and now we're doing the waistband. And then you're ironing it. Oh, look at that. This iron really had a time. During this whole project, this thing was the inner saboteur of the project. But this really did iron beautifully. Really ironed beautifully. What am I doing? What are you doing? Up. I think I'm listening to the audiobook from Middlemarch during this. The George Eliot book. Loved it. Honestly, loved it. It was great. It was great. There we go. She's ironing it down. Looking like she's going to a dance class in the 1980s. Oh, here I am measuring 2 inches down from the top because I'm messy and I just would like a straight line to work with for a change. So I'm just measuring 2 inches down and then I'm going to sew along that to encase everything. And it's just going to be a top stitch, which will be covered when I sew the skirt on. And that's what I'm doing there. Anyway, back to this ironing board. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's mine now. So that's, that's what matters. This is me cutting the selvage off the edge of that circle skirt. And then I'm just measuring the skirt. And then I did some really bizarre pleating choices here where I just sort of,
Did I do this right?
I hope so.
Yes.
Good. Oh, you want to do shiny sides together.
Yes.
You're not going to follow this.
Oh my God.
Who in their right minds would be like this? Beautiful. And then I had a slight crisis
Front half done, back half now.
over whether it would actually fit.
Shiny side.
You got it. Okay, and then I was like, I should do a box pleat because I am my own worst enemy.
That's what I should have done. I should have done a load of pleats on the corner.
Yeah, you should have, but never mind. It's too late. Don't do it. Good. Okay, just back at it. Anyway, oh, you could have done it with those ones. I mean, there's no back and no front in a circle skirt. Famously, no back, no front. Beginning without end.
I worry I may not have given myself enough room.
I love when I sit up because I have such beautiful posture. Yeah, you did it. I love how I act so surprised. So surprised that I followed the measurements that I gave myself, that I took of my body, and then I made things to that measurements, and then they fit. Like, it seems absolutely groundbreaking and a revelation.
I didn't come to terms with how I'm doing this.
No, I didn't come to terms with how to fit this properly.
Okay.
Which ends up being a mess, by the way. Spoiler, it ends up being a mess. I spend a good 5 minutes faffing about, trying to think of what I'm doing.
Has really grown on me.
Thank you. I know.
I like it, and I'm like, this is stunning. I love this.
You go on to use I saw some birds, but here's some trousers that I made from that fabric. I saw some birds outside, and it was really exciting for me.
I'm not sure about this.
Just attach it, and then we'll do a fitting. That's my guide for all of you.
Try it on.
Okay. Oh, the amount of me having to cut out whipping my clothes off.
Mirror.
It was just unbelievable.
I'm gonna run downstairs and get it.
This mirror is really dirty.
Okay, I'm back. So we want to see.
Oh, I did something really stupid.
Oh my God.
I should have done my eyebrows before this.
I've got my marker.
Anyway, I look like Lily Collins. Like Sam on Birmingham, you know? Anyway, with this, I'm trying to unsuccessfully figure out how to get a nice even waist, and I try pinning it, and then I'm like, that's stupid, and then I draw it and I'm like, that's stupid, and then I just roll it under and pin it where I want it.
Stupid and a waste of my time.
Yeah, we know. This mirror is so dirty. What have I done? Clean your damn mirrors. Anyway, this is my guest bedroom. You can see all of my wonderful gowns. This is the long wardrobe rather than the short wardrobe, with my gowns and my jumpsuits. And that purple thing is what I'm wearing to my younger brother's wedding when I am a bridesmaid next year, which is exciting. Because it was canceled this year because of coronavirus.
Okay.
And so we get to do it next year. And I had this dress that I was gonna wear, but it was kind of like on the fence as to whether it was gonna fit me or not. And then I turned this...
Oh my God, what did I do?
Oh, yeah, disaster strikes in this.
Well, the good thing about doing this project is I'm filming everything I'm doing. So I went back and it was the needle. I think I put the old needle back on and it was fine. I think what I did was I put the needle in like the wrong way round. So it has like a flat side and then a curved side. And I think I put it in like, essentially like instead of being this way around, it was this way around. So that was it. And so I put the old one back in, but I think what I'm gonna do is try and put the new one back into the machine the right way around. Hopefully that'll work so that there's less of a possibility of it puncturing the satin and like pulling. So I'm having lunch. Thank you. I'm having lunch with my friends, and then I'm gonna put the bodice together. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the zip. I'm gonna sew the pockets onto the skirt. And that's what I did.
Yeah, it was like closer to Halloween than Christmas at this point. Oh, I'm cutting things on the bias to drape. This is my sash, and then this is me putting the little back sash on. It's two separate pieces, and so I put like the front sash on, and then I pinned it in place. I look like Baby New Year in this, and then I have a minor, thing of crisis of faith, I guess, is what you could call it, where I put things together and I just don't know. I don't know
what I'm doing right now.
Me either.
We'll see how it reads on the camera.
We will. And then I sent some photos to the gals in the group chat.
Day 3. Here we are. I'm gonna add a little bit more pleating to the bottom of the sash. Look, it spins. It's bin day tomorrow. And
a natural born vlogger.
Then I'm gonna assemble it. I'm gonna add some panels to the back, put a zip on it, and then assemble it. Easy.
And that's what I did. I had to add panels because I made it, and then it was too small, so I added some panels. Just added like an inch panel, a couple like inch and a half. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself wiggle room to be able to play harp in a gown. So what I'm doing now is I'm steaming this, and then I think what I should have done, or what I could have done, but I didn't do, was I should have just top stitched the whole of the sash to kind of keep like a crisp edge. But I also don't think it was like 100% like level. Like I don't think the two pieces of that back sash matched perfectly enough. So, oh look, there I am with my cup of tea. That mug is a gift from my friend Laura's mom, Dorothy. Love her. Miss having Christmas with her. It was great. We would have Weihnachten because my friend Laura, her whole family is German, and they just, it was great. There was like candles on the Christmas tree, and we would sing like all these wonderful little carols, and they were a very musical family. It was great. Anyway, this year, a little different. Am I shouting? Maybe. Anyway, what do you guys think of this whole ironing board thing? Because I worry that I've taken this ironing board from somewhere. Oh, now I did something really stupid where I kept folding over the bottom for no reason.
No. Why am I like this?
Because you're an idiot. And then I unpick it and then I fold it the other way for no reason. For absolutely no reason. You know that, why, stop folding it. You know that Cardi B thing where it's like, what was the reason? Screaming that at myself watching this.
What am I doing?
Being stupid. That's what you're doing. Stop it. Just stop it. Anyway, I spend most of my projects unpicking things. This is what happens when you wing it and you start something that seems very simple and then you create what can only be described as all of your own problems. But look how gorgeous this sewing machine is. Ugh, stunning. Stunning. Anyway, I should figure out how to clean it, I guess, so it doesn't get all worn. This thing on the left is my old, is my trolley from when I used to, yeah, congratulations, from when I used to, busk, in the before times. I haven't been doing it recently because I'm just like I'm eligible for, the self-employment grants and the universal credit grants. And I know loads of musicians who haven't been eligible for it or like haven't had nearly enough money. So I haven't been like going out and busking because I don't want to take up spaces that for people who actually like need it to live rather than just to feed their egos, which is, all my work is. Anyway, here I am attaching the sash. I think I pinned it in place. Yes, because I looked like Baby New Year. That's when I pinned it in place. And now I'm pinning in place the waistband to the bodice, to the skirt to the bottom to the top. Make it drop. That's a wet ass pussy. That's a Christmas gown. And then I'm sewing it all together. I'm making a little magic. I'm winding my bobbin yet again. What was going on there? We'll never know. We'll never know. And here we go. More of this, more of the same. This yellow thing on the floor is that pinafore dress that I made where the front is slightly off, so the whole thing kind of rotates as you wear it, which I need to fix, but I haven't gotten round to fixing it because I thought it was a back issue and it's a front issue. Anyway, this is me putting in the zip, expertly putting in the zip, might I add. I'm trying to do like a hidden zip because it is a hidden zip. But my understanding of how to do a hidden zip is kind of based on loosely kind of gathered ideas of what putting in a hidden zip is, which I think works. You just sort of like put it in a little bit deeper so that it kind of has little flaps over it, like a jingle bells, jingle bells, all the way on one horse. Here we are sewing up the zip. I am not like the best at zips, but I hope that in time I'll be like a 7 out of 10 zipper. Like 7 out of the 10 zips I do will be fine. Ooh, and now it's getting darker. Oh, I wonder what's happening. Is it sunset? Oh, look, I turned on the lights.
Okay. Now all I have to do is sew in a pocket, sew up the side seam, and then hem the bottom. And then I think we're done, And then we did it. And then, depending on how bad the back looks, I might do like a bias binding along the back seam to make it look coherent, but I don't promise that, and I don't want you expecting things from me, but if I have the emotional energy to tackle that, I'll do it, but I probably won't.
I didn't. I am so bad at putting in pockets. I don't know what, I think I'm cursed. I think I'm pocket cursed, but I measured these out. I measured them out together. I sewed in the pockets on either side. And then when I went to put the pockets together, look, I'm like measuring them out perfectly. They match, they align. And then when I went to sew the piece together, completely lopsided. I don't know what happened. Look at me tying off the hems of things. Anyway, this is me sewing down the end, and then towards the end of this clip of me, look how lopsided they are. What happened there? What am I doing? I don't know. Don't tell me. I want it to be a surprise when I figure it out. This table.
There's so much fabric.
This bitch hasn't hemmed it yet. That mood changes when I hem it because it took 2 hours. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, this table is from John Lewis because it was cheaper than the IKEA version of the same style. And I wanted like a standing desk that also I could put a stool on. And it's worked really well, but it's also quite small. Look, that was me whipping off my clothes. Okay, so in the group chat, the gals were like, you should spice it up. Spice up your life. You should put a slit in the leg or make it one shoulder. But I wasn't going to make it one shoulder. We've come this far without any major catastrophe. I love to dance. So I was like, we've come so far without any major incidents. Let's just put a slit in the gown. Let's just put a slit in the leg because we can just cut that in, hem it. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm just hemming the bottom. And then I kept filming, like regular filming the me doing the hem. And then I realized that it is like a 5-meter hem that I had to do twice because I was doing a rollover hem. A rolled hem? Sure. I don't know sewing. And so I just sort of put it on a time lapse and put my headphones in and really just went to town doing this. I think if I were to do it again, I would put the gown on a hanger and then I'd put it on like a pole so that it could like kind of hang and easily rotate rather than being flat and it kept falling off. Anyway, this is me finishing up and doing it. And then I did a little thing, and this is the final results. It's so easy. You could do it too if you wanted. Are you festive yet? Christmas. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this tutorial. Goodbye.